guys, it's Demi. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're all having a fabulous day, and we are going to be doing a Q&A. I feel like I haven't done a Q&A in a long time, so I thought, you know what, we'll sit down, we'll chill, we'll chat, we'll talk, and I'll answer your questions, because there was a few, and I thought, let's do it. I'm going to get straight into answering the questions. Make sure you've got a cuppa with you, just so you're nice and cozy. Now, I'm going to just try and do questions that I haven't answered before, because I do find it obviously boring when I'm answering the same questions again and again and again. So do check back on my previous Q&As if there's a question that you want to ask that I don't answer, because it is probably in there, hence why it's not answered in this video. I'll have my previous Q&As linked below. But without further rat-a-tat-tat, let's get answering your questions. First question is, what is your favourite exercise at the gym? I have a very temperamental relationship with the gym. Sometimes I'm really into it, sometimes I'm not. It's just a very yo-yo style relationship. But when I am into the gym, honestly, I love cardio. The cross trainer and probably like sit-ups would be the two exercises that I would prefer to do over any of the others. But like I said, sometimes I don't want to think about exercise at all. But at the minute, I'm in quite a good routine, and I have been for about 3 weeks now of going to 2 PT sessions with my mum every week, and I've really been enjoying them. So they have definitely given us a focus at the gym. But when I go off my own back, which is quite rare, I do like to do treadmill and sit up. Bucket list travel places and travel plans. So you may or may not know, but I do intend to do quite a bit of travelling next year with my partner Sean, and I'm really excited for hopefully the potential opportunities that next year is going to bring in terms of travelling. We're not going to be able to start travelling until June onwards, because Sean has commitments with university and stuff. So from June onwards, we do intend to do as much travelling as we can. Sean's dream place to go is Australia, so we're definitely going to try and factor that into our travel plans. My dream places are Switzerland and Singapore, so we're definitely going to try and factor them into our travel plans as well. But honestly, I'm open to going anywhere. I just want to experience as much of the world as possible. I do honestly feel like I learn so much about different cultures and countries when I'm in them, obviously. So for me, I'd be open to travelling anywhere. I really want to just experience as much of the world as I can, and hopefully next year we will get quite a few of them ticked off our bucket list. But for me, it would be Switzerland, Sweden, Denmark, Singapore, Venice, Italy. I was so lucky to get to go to Florence in Italy this year, and that was my first ever opportunity to go to Italy, and it was absolutely amazing. I loved it so much, but I would like to be able to explore more of Italy as well. Next question is, how come you use second-hand products in your Scrapshot starter kits but charge a bomb? I thought I would address this question because since Scrapshot started, it's definitely something that's been discussed, and it's something that I'm really upfront about. Like, if people ask, I will obviously explain my reasoning behind this. So Scrapshot, if you don't know, is my small business. It primarily started as a scrapbook starter kit business, which I love so much. I wanted to start the business for many reasons, but the main reason was to give people the opportunity to scrapbook. Scrapbooking is something that changed my life, especially my mental health, and I love it so much that when I had the idea and opportunity to start a business, I couldn't think of anything I'd rather it be in than scrapbooks and starter kits. And it's something that genuinely excites us, which I feel like having something that you're really excited about and a passion for yourself is definitely a really great way to have a business, because then you're really passionate about it. So hopefully, you know, you're going to put a lot of time and effort into it. And Scrapshot is definitely something that I love. It's my baby, and I just love it so much. I've been so upfront in documenting the whole experience of having my small business on my TikTok. So if you're not following TikTok, I'd highly recommend going back and watching them videos to find out more about how it all started. But the whole thing that this comment refers to is I've been so upfront with the fact that I do buy products for the starter kits from charity shops and from car boot sales. Now, if you're not into crafting or scrapbooking, you won't probably realise the cost of buying crafting product. For example, one sheet of embellishments can cost £6. One pad of 12 by 12 decorative paper can again cost about £6. Products, especially in crafting, are not cheap at all. They're really expensive. And I want Scrapshot to try and be a business that is somewhat sustainable. And this has definitely been something that has progressed as the business has grew. So when I started the business, if I was able to find scrapbooking like things that were of a decent quality that I know that I could put into the starter kits, I was buying it and putting them in the starter kits. Now, people say that this is a rip-off and I charged a bomb. The most expensive starter kit I have is £35. Now, I know that is a lot of money. In that kit, you get a scrapbook, over 60 pieces of decorative paper in your desired theme. You get a large envelope full of embellishments, 5 washi tapes, 5 envelopes, 5 sticker sheets, over 60 single stickers, and you get an essentials pack, which includes glue, scissors, stamp, ink, and like necessities that you would need for scrapbooking, along with extras that I have in stock at the time. And if you were to go and buy all these products from the shops, it would be way more expensive than £35. And I know that from my own experience. When I started scrapbooking and I wanted to experiment with everything, I literally spent so much money on crafting supplies to find out what I liked and what I didn't like. And it cost a fortune. And I think my mindset around the starter kits is trying to make it as affordable as possible, but it is a business. It does have to have a bit of profit there. And £35, you would be surprised that the profit margin is actually quite small with that price. And actually the profit margin on my planners and everything else that Scrapshare sells is actually way higher. The starter kits do not have a big profit margin at all. But I do try and source products sustainably by getting them secondhand. And that also means I can then include more into the starter kits because I'm sourcing the products cheaper. So I'm always thinking of new things to put into the starter kit. Like at the minute, I'm currently collecting magazines because I'm cutting up all of the fonts and magazines, and everyone, well, eventually, hopefully from the new year, every starter kits that ordered will get an A to Z of the letters from magazines. Now that's a free thing. Like family and friends are saving the magazines to give to us to do that. That's free. That's not really costing the business anything, but it's the time that I'm actually spending to source the products in which is costing. For example, cutting out all of the letters, putting them in little packages and sending one out with every starter kit. Time still costs money. And I think for me personally, I know that I'm not robbing people. The profit margins with the starter kits are very reasonable. They align with a lot of businesses that I've spoke to in the past. So I'm sorry if you look at Scrapshare and you feel this way, but I really do put everything into Scrapshare. It's my pride and joy, basically. I put a lot of time, a lot of effort into it, and I love it so much, and I'm constantly coming up with new ideas for the business. Yeah, it's just disappointing when people have feedback like this, but I understand it is a lot of money, £35. That's why I do try and offer a variety of starter kits so that everybody has the chance to get one. By the way, that growling's me dog having a fit with a cushion because it's in our way and just trying to sleep. You always do this when I'm filming. You can get starter kits from the website for as low as £16, but the ultimate that comes with absolutely everything is £35. And I am sorry if if you think that that is extortionate, especially considering I get the items secondhand where I can. Not all of them are, but if I can, I will try and source secondhand. I have not taken, well, I have actually taken £200 out of the business since it started 3 months ago to buy myself a little treat, but that is all. Like, I haven't taken anything else out of the business. The business still has all of the profit in it. But yeah, everyone's going to have different opinions on stuff like this. I think especially when it comes to the value of product, everybody's always going to have different opinions on it. And I think that's why it's really hard to run a business and have all this feedback, because what's expensive to somebody else is actually going to be cheap to another person. And to find a balance and to find something that you feel is sustainable for a business but also right is hard. And it's something that's continuously going to grow with the business growing, is me learning and finding out more about how I want the business to go in the future. Okay, so the next question is, what is on your Christmas list? This year on my Christmas list off Sean, I've asked for a few clothes, a few bits of vegan chocolate that I would like, a vegan hamper of like treats that are quite expensive, but I don't get myself every time, but I know I like, so I've asked him for them. UB protein bars. What else have I asked for? I did ask him for a few clothes, did I say that? Of my mum, I asked for like a hot pot thing. I really wanted like a big stew pot so that when I'm doing like soups or hot pots, I can make a bigger batch of it, because we actually don't have that many pans that are big. So I asked for one of them. What else did I ask for my mum? Crafting supplies. My mum sources the best crafting supplies. Well, last year she did anyway, and I was like, if you can get a hold of any of them again, I'd really appreciate it for my own collection. But yeah, I'm truly grateful for whatever I get for Christmas, but I do just give a few ideas if people ask them, and they're the kind of ideas I've given people this year. The next question says, are you still friends with Ashley or have you grown apart? Me and Ashley are still friends. Ashley's one of my friends since school. Obviously, we're both adults, we live busy lives. Ashley's a nurse, she's always at work. Well, not always, but she's at work a lot. So yeah, we live very busy lives, and you know, we'll catch up as much as we can. I'm very excited because Ashley is currently pregnant. Her life is going to be changing magnificently in the next year, and I'm so excited for her and Dan to be a part of it all. But me and Ashley are still friends. I say as much as I can, but yeah, we don't really film together. It's not the friendship where I would get the camera out. Ashley's not into social media that much, and yeah, it's very rare that I would actually document when I go out with Ashley, but obviously I know you have seen her over the years, so I truly appreciate the question of like, are we still friends? Do you still do pole dancing? I don't. I haven't been back to pole since I broke my foot. To be honest, sometimes I still do get pain in my foot, especially when I put a lot of pressure on it. Sometimes at night I'll be in bed, and if I've had a really busy day, my foot where I broke it will burn, and the doctor on the last review I had said that this could happen for up to a year, and any strenuous exercise like pole dancing was not recommended for up to a year. I was truly gutted about it because I had gotten a really good rhythm with it. I'd really enjoyed doing pole dancing this year, and it was something that was an exercise but also gave us so much enjoyment and fulfillment. But I also have to think about the long term as well, and I don't want to have issues with my foot like in the future. So no, unfortunately I haven't been able to go back to pole dancing yet. Never say never though, it is something that I would like to redo in the future, but it's just not the right time at the minute with the issues that my foot had, or kind of still has in a way. Next question says, what would you say is the harshest realities about being an adult? Ooh. I'm gonna say the fact that you are responsible for every single decision you make. For me, it's just a reality. It was just a massive shock and reality that like I am now 110% responsible for myself. Like living in the house with obviously my partner Sean, but like tonight when he's on night shift and stuff, living in this house, I am 100% responsible for what time I go to bed. And I know, like, I feel like growing up, you have like certain things embedded in you, like, oh, it's 3 o'clock, I should be in bed, because that's the routine that majority have, is like being in bed at a decent time. And I don't know, but I think just being fully responsible for myself and the decisions and the path my life takes, and not having anyone to answer to, is a really big responsibility. And it's something that like was quite a culture shock, because I am such a, like, I have been growing up such a ask me mum, ask me mum, ask me mum, and I'm still very like that. I'm very close to my mum. I ask her everything, we discuss everything, but at the end of the day, it's my choice on what decisions I make in life, and whatever decisions I make are going to have consequences, good or bad. And it's like, I made that decision, and I'm not a great decision maker, so I think that was something that I really struggled with initially, but hopefully I'm getting a bit better, I hope. Next question is, what have you learned since having your own business? This obviously refers to Scrapshot. I've had my own business for 6 years, but not a small business like Scrapshot and YouTube. My business, Demi Donnelly, and Scrapshot are very different. And for me, the thing I've learned is you're going to get judgment on every single thing that you do, so do what you think is right. I think at the beginning of the business, I tried to please people too much, and making sure that everything the business did suited everyone. I tried to suit everyone. But honestly, that's not a sustainable way to run a business, and it's never going to work, to be honest. You're setting yourself up for fail if you do start like that. So for me, as the business has progressed, and as I've kind of put more money into the business and developed the business, you're not going to please everybody. And I think that does run with everything in life. You're never going to be able to please everybody, so you have to do what you feel is right for you, your business, and yeah. Keeping on the questions about business, what scrapbook starter kits do you like packaging the most? Travel. Always travel. My favourite scrapbook that I personally own is my travel scrapbook. I love designing it so much. I love it. It just brings us so much enjoyment, and I love the idea of other people having a travel scrapbook. So when I'm packaging up the travel scrapbook starter kits, I do get a little bit of happiness and tingle. I love doing them all, but I do love the travel ones especially. Another question is, why do you not vlog your family as much? And I'm going to answer this question because this has actually came up quite a lot on recent vlogs. I've been getting a bit of, not like hate, but just comments about recent vlogs being constantly me in my house in the same place, and how they're getting a little bit boring. And I'm truly sorry for that if this is something you've felt. And it was actually a conscious decision to not vlog my family as much. And to be honest, I'll just be completely honest. I went through a bit of a phase where I was feeling quite vulnerable, and I'm really thick-skinned when it comes to people talking about me. Like, I don't really care that much. Say what you want. I have got quite a thick skin when it comes to people talking about me. But when it comes to people talking about people I love, that's where the thick skin gets a little bit thinner. And I sometimes get really offended by the judgment of my family. And I did a video with my mum, and there were some really nasty comments about my mum on the video. Especially when it comes to like my mum's health and stuff like that, and it really upset me. My mum wasn't bothered at all. Like, it is something I discussed with my mum, because I was like, Mum, I'm really sorry for exposing you to this side of the internet. Like, it's something that my mum's not really on social media, and I felt like I had fully exposed her to something that she didn't need to be exposed to, and that wasn't very nice, and I felt really awful for it. So I obviously explained to my mum what had happened, and my mum didn't care. My mum was like, Demi, like, my mum's got thicker skin than me. My mum was like, Demi, I really don't care, love. Like, you know, I love doing videos with you. I really enjoy being part of your YouTube channel when you want us to be. Don't worry about what people say about me. But obviously I couldn't just not worry about what people say about my family. And I know, like, and I just think when I'm vlogging with my family, it is a whole other vulnerability. And it's not just me, I'm showing it's them. And I feel like this kind of thing, or I have felt this kind of like protection thing over the last 6 months, especially, of not wanting them to be in the limelight, because I don't want people to say nasty things about them because they don't know them, and that's what hurts me the most. But I've come to the realization that documenting special moments with my family and looking back on special moments with my family is so special to me, so beyond special. And having memories online that I can always look back on is something that I'll never take for granted. And I can look back on all my holidays I've had with my family to date that I've vlogged and truly see the memories, not just see a picture. I can truly watch the memories, and I love it so much that I am going forward going to be vlogging my family again, and you will be seeing more of them. But I just did take a little bit of a break consciously because of vulnerabilities that I was feeling when my family got negative feedback. It was something that I was struggling with. But yeah, we're going to leave it there. I have chatted for way too long, so I am going to leave this video here. Thank you so much for clicking on it. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe down below, and I'll see you very shortly for another one. Bye.
It's the end of the year.